Hello, Doms and Films, and welcome back to my channel. It has been so long since I did a sit down talk with me, like story time video. I'm so super excited to finally be filming a sit down video. I haven't done one upwards of 6 months. I really feel like I haven't done one in like 6 months, and I'm so excited. I love sit down videos. Yeah, I'm super excited. Right now I'm filming in Christian's nursery because this is the room that has like nothing in it. He has like his pack and play in here, that he only sleeps in here at night, but it's like nothing else in this room. And this room gets good direct sunlight. So I'm filming in his nursery today. So sorry if it's a little echoey because it ain't shit in here. But yeah, I'm super excited to be filming like a sit down video. How have you guys been? I have been great. okay, then let's jump into it because you guys have read the title. I know you're like, hey girl, like what's up? Like you want to tell us a story, what's going on? And yes, I'm going to tell you guys all about our haunted old apartment. So if you guys aren't new to my channel and you guys have been with me since my channel was Dom the Film and not Dominique Freeman, so if you're like an OG writer for me, then you probably would have seen this video already because I filmed it once before. But in that video, I had called my apartment complex manager to ask her questions about the ghost, and I had our phone call recorded on the video. So once I was excited and I showed her the video, she was like, you have to delete that. That was a private phone call. I didn't know I was being recorded. So I had to take the video down, and I'm not sure, probably like 15 of y'all saw that video. So now I decided today, what is better else than to film a sit down video with you guys than a story time ghost story. Ooh, so that's what we're gonna do today. I'm gonna tell you all about our old haunted apartment. Side note, do you like my gay pride nails? They're a little bit old. This video is being filmed on the last day of gay pride month, so these nails are about to come off, but we know I want to get this video anyway. So without further ado, let's stop rambling. Let me calm my ass down because I'm excited, and let's get on with the video. So I'm talking about my very recent old apartment, the apartment that we lived in right before we moved into this house. My very old, like if you go through all my videos, like my Clean With Me videos, that apartment, that is the apartment that I'm talking about. And the apartment wasn't even old. That was the kicker to me. Like the apartments was built back in 2008, I believe. So they weren't even old at all. And that was like my favorite freaking apartment that we ever lived in. But anyways, so we moved into that apartment summer of 2016. Let me tell you guys also that hearing stuff or seeing ghosts, this wasn't my first time I've done this. I've heard and seen things since I was younger, since I was in my teenage years, and my daughter was born like that. My daughter would hear. Now, I'm not saying that we like Long Island medians or something over here. We're not like that. I'm just saying like we've always like heard stuff or seen stuff, and my daughter was born like that. She would always see things and tell me about it, and I'd be like, child, and I didn't hear. But we've always been seeing things like that. So again, nothing crazy was happening when we first moved into the apartment, nothing at all. And then I would say about 6 months into moving into the apartment, little things would happen. Like my computer was in the front of the house. For reference, go watch an old video. You'll see the whole layout of the apartment. The computer was in the front of the house, and like Giselle was our first time when we moved into that house. Giselle was gone the whole entire summer. She went to Virginia for summer vacation, so she wasn't there. Only Callie would be at the front of the house, and Callie is my 5-pound Moshi dog. We didn't even have Christian yet, and no one would be at the front of the apartment, but for some reason my computer would always turn on by itself. And if you guys are familiar with desktops, you have to go and press the button underneath the screen to turn on a desktop or whatever. So me and Sean, we would be in our bed and we'd be like, okay, my desktop just turned on, creepy, fine. Like we never like thought, oh, ghosts, move out, never, nothing like that. That happened a couple of times, and we just chalked it up to like maybe I was on it that day and I forgot to turn it off all the way, and it was sleep, and like the air came on, shook the table. Ooh, bitch is shaking the table. I love a hip hop. But, you know, maybe the air came on and shook the table. The desktop woke up. Something along those lines. We will always just make excuses for it. So that was the very first thing that started happening. After a couple of times of that happening, then in our kitchen, our cabinets would like shut on their own, or sometimes they would open on their own. And I remember thinking like, you know, that's weird. Like a pet peeve of mine is keeping cabinets closed. Like when you open and get something out, close it. Like I don't like open cabinets and stuff. So I always would think like, damn, did I do that? And I forgot because I'm home alone by myself a lot. And then I'm like, you know, I would yell at my wife like, why don't you shut the cabinets? A lot of time I remember like just thinking she did it, even if she wasn't home. So, and then like, again, like we'll be in our room and we'll hear like a cabinet close. Not like slam, nothing like demonic or nothing, but we'll hear like a cabinet close and we'll be like, maybe it was the air. We're always thought it was the air, right? So it wasn't until I remember it was getting closer to fall time when we first moved into our house, and I was sinking into a depression from like baby blues and wanting to have another baby. And I mean, it was bad. I was crying like every single day, like multiple times a day, depressed, right? And I remember the first time I was sitting on my couch. So I was sitting on the lounge end of our couch, which faced directly into Shana I's master bedroom. And a lot of times we kept the door closed, and sometimes we didn't keep it, like we'll keep it cracked or we would keep it closed to keep Callie out of there. And I remember I was sitting on the edge of the couch and I was crying like I was done, like I was getting my life together. I was picking it back up, you know. I was done crying, so finishing it up, wiping myself up, and I saw someone peek around the door. So I was like, okay. So I saw like someone like really quick, like a glimpse. And you know, like I had just finished crying or whatever. So I was like, obviously I didn't see anything. Like I made that up. Like it wasn't nothing. You know, I was like, maybe you just didn't see anything. So our door was like, it had like a crack like that big in it. And I just seen somebody peek at me and come back, you know, to the side of the wall. So I just left it alone. So like 10 minutes or so passed, and then boop. I said, ooh bitch. Ooh, bitch. Ooh, bitch. I called my wife at home. I'm at work, and I said, something just peeked at me from the inside of our bedroom. I'm in the living room. Something peeked around the corner at me into the living room. You know, my wife, she's just like, oh, really, babe? Oh, how do you feel about that? You know, she's not interested whatsoever, but she's not trying to like brush me off. She's trying to make me seem like she was interested. So she's like, oh, okay, how do you feel about that? So I was like, you know what? Again, even though I've seen it, and it happened twice, I'm just gonna chalk it up to being distraught, being upset. I'm seeing things like it was not even there, so I'll let it go. Okay, so I don't even know how many more days later, but it wasn't far. It was like maybe let's say a week or something like that. And it happened again. I'm sitting on the couch, because remind you, my daughter, she had just got home from her summer vacation, so she's now in school. Shun is working. She was home daily, so she worked in the day from like I think her schedule was like 6 in the morning to like 2 or 3 o'clock in the afternoon, something like that. And I'm at home by myself. We didn't have a baby, so I'm at home by myself, and I'm sitting on the couch minding my business, and all of a sudden, peek around the corner. So that time, the third time that it happened, I remember calling my mom, and my mom was like, you need to like sage your house or something. She said you need to pray over your house. That's what you need to do. You need to pray over your house. And I always felt like praying over stuff or like saging it would like invite, I don't know, it sounds so stupid now that I'm saying it, but like I will always think that would like invite more stuff or tell whatever's in my house that I'm afraid of it, so I'm trying to get rid of it. So in my head I'm thinking, just don't do nothing and it should probably go away. And I say she, because you'll find out here in a minute. So I remember my mom was like, bless your house, bless your house, bless your house. And I was like, yeah, okay, whatever. So around the fourth time, this is when I started to get freaked out. Like I was like, yo, am I psychotic? Like, am I seeing shit? You know, like what's going on and stuff? Because the next time I was like about to walk, you know, in my apartment, I had to walk around the couch to go like up close to my bedroom door to go around the couch into the kitchen. So I was doing that, and when I was, and like I said, our bedroom door was either wide open or it was cracked. And the fourth time it happened, I was walking, my business, not even thinking that it was gonna happen, and I seen peek. Something peeked out at me again. So I was like, oh, like it scared the shit out of me. I remember going like, oh, like screaming at it. So I ran into my room like a white person. This is the shit that white people do in scary movies. They run into you know what I'm saying? They run after the ghost. But it scared me. I think it was like a reaction, like, oh, no. You gotta have to get the fuck up out of here, type of shit. So I remember screaming, and I ran into the room, and I looked, and where I keep seeing something poke out of our bedroom doorway, our TV was right there. We had like a bookshelf with a TV on top of it. So like someone like a child could stand there, but like not like a human, like a person could fit there. So I ran in there and I looked, and I'm like, who's in here? Like no one's in here. I remember walking into my walk-in closet. Nobody was in there. Nobody was in our bathroom. I was like, what the fuck is this? What do I keep seeing? Like I was getting scared, mad. You know what I'm saying? You ever been so scared that you mad? Like, I don't even know what the fuck I'm scared of, but I'm mad about it. That's how it was. In the meantime, me, I'm not seeing anything. This is when my wife began to hear things. So I remember one time in particular, my wife was in our master bathroom taking a shower, and I was in the kitchen cooking. And then so I hear her calling me. She's like, what? And I'm like, you know, ignoring her. And then she was like, oh my God, Nick. She was like, were you just in here? Tell me you were just in here. And I was like, no, babe, I was in the kitchen cooking. And she's like, you did not just walk in here? And I'm like, no, I was not in here at all. And she was like, I heard footsteps in here. It walked up to this shower. And then when I looked out, there was nothing there. And I was like, bitch. So my wife is the type of person that if she experiences anything paranormal, it's always a cause. It's always something. She can always debunk it as, I don't know, maybe the dog put on work boots that day and walked into the bathroom. Then she walked out with the boot. Maybe it was the dog. You know what I'm saying? Like she always had an excuse, and she wouldn't really like, you know, she didn't want to acknowledge anything. And then at this point also is when the cabinets started to open a little bit more. So I was like, oh, okay, I don't really know what this is, but I still wasn't seeing anything peek. So fast forward a few more months, just little things happening of hearing someone, or Sean hearing something, or us seeing the computer turn on, or the cabinet open, just little things like that. That was still going on, but nothing major. So now I'm saying my wife is approaching her due date. I was like cracking out on baby stuff, right? So I was talking to my cousin, and I had like this cute little baby bottle or whatever, and I was sitting on my couch on that lounge part that faced, my door was right there in front of the couch, and the door was cracked, and I'm taking pictures of like this bottle. So I show her the bottle, send her the picture, and she's like, yeah, that's a cute bottle, but who's that in your bedroom? And I was like, bitch, what do you mean? I'm like, I'm the only one here by myself. And she was like, Neek, look at it. She's like, don't get freaked out. Like, she's super scary, and I'm super scared, and I am super scared. And so she was like, don't. She's like, delete that. I'm deleting that. I don't want to look at it, but Neek, you need to look at the picture. So I look at the picture. I had like blind, y'all. When I say blind. So I had to like zoom in. And kid you not, I'm going to see if I have this picture on my computer. And if I do, I will leave it there. If I can remember correctly, because I haven't looked at the picture in like forever. And it was like a shadow standing beside the bed, beside the closet in the back of my room. And I was like, what? And then like, so you know me, I'm scared. I send the picture to my mom, to my sisters, to you know, everything, my cousins, my aunt. I sent it to everybody. And I was like, do y'all see this? You know, were we the only two who saw it? So my mom, she's like, I completely see it. So my sisters, they look at it, and they're like, this is a girl. Like, we see like braids or something along the sort. Like my sister, my twin sister, she's like, this is a female. She's wearing a dress or something like that, and she had braids. Like, girl, they could see it, I couldn't see it. I just saw like a mask. After that picture and everything, and this is when I was like, okay, like I showed my wife, and we were both kind of convinced like there's something in the house, but it wasn't hurting us, and we didn't want to talk to it or anything like that, because we didn't want to make it more sinister than when it was. So we kind of, again, turned a blind eye to it. We was like, yeah, okay, something's in here, but yeah, like, let it stay in the corner. It ain't doing nothing to us. Just don't think about it, and it'll go away or something. So then at this point, this is where things started to pick up. I don't know, at this point you guys are probably like, hey, why don't you keep your bedroom door shut? Now since the picture, things were picking up, and I remember like sitting on the couch and again, peek, but this time it was a little bit slower. It wasn't like it always felt innocent to me. Like it always felt like, I want to see you, but I don't want you to see me. Like I'm afraid for you to see me, but I'm curious to see you. This is what I felt like the ghost was saying to itself. It peeked out, but it was a little bit slower, and I was like, and I felt like tears. This time when I seen it, I just felt sad. And now this time I heard it. It spoke to me and it said, you can see me? Nothing. I wasn't scared. I wasn't shocked or anything. I was just sad, and I'm like, yeah, I could totally see you. And then so I remember sitting there thinking like, you're psychotic. You're hearing voices now. That's never a good thing. So then I called my mom. I told my mom, and she was like, Nick is communicating with you. Do not communicate back with it. Bless your house. So, and my best friend was saying the same thing. She was like, you need to sage your house. We just said some prayers. We were like, okay, whatever it is, like it's escalating. We need to go ahead and you got to move on because you can't stay in here. So I remember praying over the house. And then now my wife is like moving on her pregnancy. And I remember going to go look at a 3-bedroom because we had a 2-bedroom apartment. And I remember going to go look at a 3-bedroom apartment. And this is where things began to make sense. When I walked into the apartment, it was in our same apartment complex. It was just a 3-bedroom. It was just in a different building. It just felt sad. That apartment felt sad to me. And I told my wife, I was like, no, this isn't the one. Like, we'll just stay where we are. The apartment felt sad. Now the maintenance man is at my apartment. A couple days after we seen the 3-bedroom, he was like, yeah, the manager, she was telling me how'd you call because you had like a ghost problem, making fun of me and stuff. And like he was in my kitchen. I was like, yeah, man. I was like, those cabinets open and close by themselves. And he was like, he's Mexican, and he was telling me, he's like, get some water or something because they can't cross water or something along the lines. He was telling me about it. And he was like, look, I'm gonna tell you something, and he said, you cannot repeat this. I can lose my job. So I was like, what's up? So like, tell me about it. He was like, literally, he was like, we can't tell people this. I get chills thinking about it. But he was like, a young lady died in the apartment complex across. And I was like, and he was telling me about it, and I was like, yo, is it the one that they can't rent, the 3-bedroom? He was like, yeah, the 3-bedroom. And she died. She had a seizure in the bathroom. She fell and hit her head on the tub. She laid in her bathroom, and then when she came to, she tried to crawl out. And where the bathroom was in the apartment, like you had to like walk through the bedroom to the door of the bedroom, master bedroom, to get out into a hallway or something. She had a seizure in her bathroom, hit her head when she fell having a seizure on the tub, laid there in the bathroom for a while. When she came to, she tried to crawl because she couldn't get out. She tried to crawl out of her bedroom to the door to call for help, and she died. She just died with her head halfway out of like the threshold. Her head was like halfway out in the hallway, and her body was in her bedroom, and she died. He proceeded to tell me like they hadn't heard from her, and like a family or something hadn't heard from her in a long time, and the fire department came and they bust down her door, and then that's how they found out like she was dead in an apartment, just peeking out of the doorway, act like she was gonna call for help, but she couldn't scream. She died. And because I remember when we went to that apartment, the door would stick and you had to like bust yourself into the door and stuff, and I was like, why is this door like that? And the lady who showed us the apartment, she was like, oh, I don't know. And the maintenance man said because they had to bust that door down, so the frame and everything was warped to the door, and that's why I felt like a heavy sadness in the house, and I just didn't want to go in that apartment. And it made so much sense, and I was like, oh my God, like, is she coming to me because I'm epileptic, I have seizures? Like, is she like communicating with me in that way? And the fact that I only always see her peeking out of the master bedroom, I never see her anywhere else in the house. And then the fact that like she's newly dead, and she's like, bitch, all this stuff started to make sense to me and stuff. And I'm like, oh my God, like, it's like I get goosebumps thinking about it. And then so I'm like, when she was shocked that I could see her and stuff like that, I'm like, that's crazy. Like, all of this makes sense. Like, That's why she's in my bedroom. She died in her bedroom. Is she coming to me because we both have seizures? She had a seizure and died. I have a million seizures and I didn't die. Am I gonna die? Like, all these thoughts came through my head. And I remember I was like, okay, this is serious. We really prayed and we were really blessed. We was like, oh, you know, our newborn baby's coming here. I'm sorry I can't help you. I'm so sorry you died by yourself and all that stuff. I really don't know how to help you, but you gotta leave. You gotta leave. You gotta leave. And again, nothing. For a little while, nothing happened. So now Christian is born. I'm on the couch in the corner, right? We hadn't seen anything peeking for a while, couple of months. Nothing crazy was happening. And I remember I'm sitting on the couch waiting for my daughter to walk through the front door from school. And I'm on my phone, right? So I'm looking down at my phone and I see someone run past me. Like, my kitchen is here, my couch is here. I'm sitting on my couch and I see someone run past the kitchen into my bedroom. So I jump up. Like, when I say, like, you know how you ever see something out of the side of your eye, like out of your peripherals, you're looking at something, but something else happens over here. So I seen it and it ran and it was like, like a growl, ran past me. And I screamed, ah! Like, I mean, like a terrifying scream. I jumped. I mean, y'all, I jumped up so fast, so scared, my glasses literally flew off my face. I jumped up, you know what I'm saying? Like, and I was like, oh fuck, what was that? So I ran in the room, go check out my baby. He was still asleep. And I came back in the living room. I remember like shaking it, like, yo, what the fuck was that? And I was so scared. I didn't want to think anything scary of it. I literally tried to tell myself a roach ran across my glasses. Like, I don't know how the hell, I don't know why I thought that was the issue, but I literally was like, it couldn't have been a person. Like, it couldn't have been, like, I'm trying to think, like, it couldn't have been that. Like, you made that up, Mick. You made that up. It was a roach. Like, a roach came from somewhere, it landed there, and then it ran across your face, and then you got scared, and you smacked your own glasses off, and now you made up this whole thing. Like, I'm trying to, like, justify it. I'm so scared. I'm so scared. I'm so scared. Like, and I call my mom, and my dad is in the kitchen with my mom, and I was like, Mom, like, something just growled at me. And my dad, he never, ever talks about ghost stuff. He will never. He's just an old man. He will never talk about stuff. And I remember hearing him saying, it's getting stronger. It's in your house. You didn't do anything before, and it's going to show up now. And I remember that scaring the shit out of me. I remember my wife, like, after that happened, she had a dream of someone just standing over her while she slept. And I was like, this is just too much. Like, I'm too scary. You know, it sounds horrible. I was like, I would much rather, like, an intruder, like, you know, like a human or something. Like, I can't handle this. Like, I can't handle that. So, we prayed over the house. We didn't get anybody to do it. We saged, and we didn't get anyone to pray over and stuff. And after that, our last little prayer session over the house, ooh girl, I didn't see anything else. Nothing else had happened. Nothing scary had happened. Little things like the computer was still turned on, cabinets were still closed. We would hear footsteps, but nothing of like the peeking or anything would happen. So I chalked it up to her being scared and like the lady dying, and that's what that was. I called her the peekaboo ghost, and I hadn't seen the peekaboo ghost anymore. I still don't know what that growling thing was. I have no clue. I've never seen it again. I never heard of it again. You know, shortly thereafter, at the end of 2017, we moved out of that apartment, and now we're here in our house. So I hadn't heard anything after that last scary thing. It was crazy. And now being in this house, I hadn't seen anything again. I hope I don't ever see anything again. Well, I will tell you this one thing. Since being in this house, the only, I can't even call it paranormal, but like only coincidence is Sean and I were sleeping in our master bedroom just behind this wall. We were sleeping in our bed, and we both felt someone caress our face in the middle of the night. And I remember someone touching my face, like rubbing their hand like softly across my face. And I remember it waking me from my sleep, because I was like, why? My wife, like, she never do shit like this. It's like, Sean, she just don't do shit like that in her sleep. So I remember the feeling, and I remember looking up, and I didn't see anybody there, and I was like, fuck. And I just covered my face back up, and I was like, ugh. Sean was still asleep and stuff, and so I was like, nope, 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 you was dreaming. Put the cover back over my face, and then the next morning, Sean woke up, and she was like, why were you rubbing my face? And I was like, bitch, somebody was rubbing my face too. And she's like, that wasn't unique. And I was like, no, I'm serious. She was like, no, I felt somebody like caressing my face. Somebody was rubbing my face. And I was like, yeah, I felt the same thing too. And we just never talked about it again. We're just like, fuck it, like, it happened. I don't know why we do that, but like when we're scared of stuff, we just don't talk about it again. It's getting dark in this room. Okay guys, that was my story time video for today. That was my ghost story, my paranormal experience in our old apartment with the peekaboo ghost. This is my second time filming that story, but now I had more information, more experiences than the first time. So I will be keeping it up this time for you guys. I have a lot more paranormal experiences because, like I said, I personally have been seeing things and hearing things since my teenage days. And then I gave birth to my daughter who would do creepy things like that as well. So I have a lot of these paranormal experiences. So if you enjoyed this video, then please give it a big thumbs up and let me know down in the comments if you want me to do more, because I can always do more of these type of videos. But if you guys don't like that and you don't like this shit on my channel, then also let me know that too, and I won't film anymore. But either way, communicate with me down in the comments. I love communicating with you guys, and thank you guys so much for sticking around and continue to grow with me and grow my channel with me. I really do appreciate it. Other than that, you guys, that is it for this video. I appreciate you guys. I love you so much, and until next time, I will see you all in my very next video. Bye. Mwah.